Where are you? Little mouse, I know you're here. I just want to talk. Your friends are gone. The only things left of them are puddles of blood and guts. Their bodies are nothing more than still, cold decorations. You know that hiding is futile, right? There's only one way in and one way out. Not only are your hiding places limited, but they're cramped. When I find you, and I will, you're nothing more than a sitting duck. Oh, gotcha. Clever girl. Hiding behind the door was smart, and I wasn't expecting that. If I was just a little slower, this bat would have hit a home run. Still hurt like hell blocking it with my arm. I wouldn't expect anything less from my final girl. You heard me, Ellison. You're my final girl.
Did you miss me, darling? Yes, that's right. It's me, Alex. Oh, how I've missed you. How long has it been since we've last seen each other? 2? 3 years? I lost count. One's concept of time starts to wither after a while in solitary confinement. Dig the scars? You gave me them. If you remember, right here is where you stabbed me with a clothes hanger. And this big one right here is when you pushed a whole TV set into my head. Don't worry, I'm not mad about it. I'd like to think they're your little love marks. There we go again with this I don't love you crap. I know, darling. I heard it the first time 2 years ago. I'm not deaf or stupid. I know you don't, and I don't care. It wouldn't be the same if you liked this, now would it? I love you, like how a wolf would salivate at the sight of a little lamb. How a spider would bind a helpless fly to its web. Like how a predator cannot resist his prey. I love the thrill that only you can give me. You're not some dumb blonde or helpless damsel in distress. No. You can outwit me. You can actually use your head. You don't run up the stairs and corner yourself. You actually arm yourself with something that won't put you near my range. You're the only one smart enough to know that facing me head on, face to face, is a bad idea. This scar on your chest should be a reminder of that, isn't it, darling? Oh, how I love the scars we give each other. You're the only one that's gotten close to actually hurting me. You'd think some of the jocks could have had a better chance of getting me, but they weren't like you. They weren't smart enough to outwit me. I think you're well aware that brute strength can't block an 8-inch blade. I think they realized that pretty quickly when I plunged it deep into their heart, and they saw their blood gushing out of their chest into a puddle in the floor. Just seeing the life drain from their eyes. They were not like you. And that whore you call your friend, what was her name again? Rachel? She was a snake. I was just expecting her to beg for her life when I cornered her. But you know what she did? They offered to help. She would lure in whoever's left and I'd kill them. I thought she was just desperate, but no. Something in her eyes says she's waited for an opportunity like this. and it disgusted me. That wasn't how prey is supposed to be. She was a wolf in sheep's clothing, darling. I just locked her in the cellar. There was no room for two killers, even if she so desperately wanted to be a stew mocker. How cliche. I don't need her anyways. I would always get you in the end, 'cause you're my final girl, and I am the boogeyman that will haunt every dark corner of your life. What do you mean, get it over with? Kill you? And what? Spoil the fun, dear. If I kill you now, it will lose all meaning. Being a masked killer would lose its purpose. I need you to be my victim. I need you to survive, to run away, to desperately try to move on from everything I've done to you. I want you to see me in the shadows, your nightmares, and in the dark of your apartment when you think you're alone. And when you've seemingly rebuilt your life, I'll be back to ruin it once again. That's how much I love you. Even if you don't think it's love, to me it is. That I would devote my entire life, my being, to make your life an unending hell, so that I can finally share this agony with someone. This love for you, this obsession, it's the only thing that's keeping me alive. I already threw everything away. I'm sure you don't want to hear this from me. I'm sure you couldn't care less about why I do all of this. But I just want you to understand me. For once, I need someone to listen. I know something's wrong with me. Ever since I was little, I knew I was different from the other kids. They could run and play, smile so brightly, fight over the smallest things, and cry till their eyes can't anymore. They had something I didn't. Emotions. I couldn't feel anything. The other kids picked up on it fast, labeled me a freak. They'd push me and I'd just get back up and walk away, stealing my lunch, talk behind my back, and I couldn't care less. My parents didn't know why I was this way, and I'm sure they couldn't care less anyways. They're too busy gambling away what little money we had anyways. They just gave me a rosary and told me to pray to it, that I would feel God's warmth. But I only felt cold. I only felt alone in this world. I felt empty. It was a maddening paradox to feel this wanting, this yearning for something I can't have. Hearing my classmates talk about their girlfriends, how fun their spring break was, it was unfair. It was torture. And it was at that moment I finally felt something. Resentment. They had everything I didn't. Attention, love, status, parents that fucking care about them. I hated it. I felt everything build up in me. It was addicting. Finally being able to feel something. I felt like I was regaining something I lost. Hate, fury, wrath, and jealousy. I can feel all of it. And I was ecstatic. And then I felt this urge, this itching feeling to kill. And I did. I started off small. Rats were the most common. But one day, my neighbor's cat ended up on our porch, and they never found her again. Animals quelled my hunger, my thirst for blood. But when that got old, well, I started getting antsy. And then the perfect opportunity presented itself. You and your friends, vacation house. in the middle of nowhere. That night was magical. It was pure ecstasy, hunting them down one by one, seeing the fear in their eyes, feeling their warm blood soaking into my gloves, feeling, laughing, crying tears of joy. It felt like a dam just burst in me, like every single emotion I've been missing out for the last 18 years of my life came back in one intense moment of bliss. And then there was you, last woman standing. I almost felt sad that after I get you, this euphoria would end. But you were different. You didn't make it easy for me. You had some fight in you. It frustrated me seeing you slip away time and time again, but it also excited me. The night wasn't over just yet. I relished chasing you through the woods. You challenged me, and I was addicted to the thrill of hunting you down, seeing you escape even the most damned of situations, getting some hits on me. You survived me, and that's when I felt it. This love. Horror movies would always have someone to survive at the end. I didn't get it at first. I told myself I would get everyone. But you bested me, and I was hauled off into the nearest asylum. Solitary wasn't fun. No one around and nothing to do but live. I wouldn't have survived if it wasn't for the memory of you. The images of you in my head were vivid, like movies in my mind playing over and over. And every time it did, I fell harder and harder. Love was an enigma to me. Why would anyone do anything for it? What's so good about love? I never felt it from anyone in my life. Till there was you. My final girl. You survived for the sequel. Your survival ensured that the fun wasn't over. That I can still hunt you down. And I could see you again. And seeing you again is the best thing that's ever happened to me. My final girl. My everything. My prey, my victim. I love you. I love you. I love you. The only girl worthy of my love. The only woman I will ever love. I would kill thousands all so I can see you again. This love is the only thing keeping me alive. The memory of you. I'll never forget you. And I'll make sure you'll never forget me. We'll do this forever and ever. Wherever you are, no matter how far, I'll find you. And I'll be sure to make your life a living hell again. I will make sure that our lives will forever be intertwined. That one day you can't even imagine a life without me. And when you break, when you finally give in, that's when I'll make you mine. I'll be the only person in your life worth anything. Just like you are the only woman in the world worth anything. I will break you. I will corrupt you. And I will make you feel the same thrill I feel. You won't be my Sydney anymore. You can be my Stu. And once we bathe this world in rivers of blood, we can live happily ever after. My love, we'll see each other again. And though I'll leave you for now, know that we are soulmates. I'll make sure of that. Until then, my final girl, so long and good night.